Alright, so welcome back to White House Farm. What we're doing today, we're working on the four-wheeler, and what we're going to do, we're going to do an oil change, air filter, and then just check everything out, regular maintenance on it. So let's go ahead and get it up in the air here and take the bottom shield off and start getting at it. Okay, she is up in the air now. Alright, so what we want to do first is remove those two bolts there, and then those two bolts up there, and then the last two right there, and this whole piece will come off. Woo. All right, a lot of gunk up in there. All right, so we got it cleaned up, a lot of the crap out of there. Let's go ahead and loosen up the drain bolt here, and we'll go ahead and lower this down, let it drain, and remove the oil filter. All right. So now we'll let that drain. All right. Alright, we'll clean the outside of the lip here. Alright, so I got this really cool oil change kit. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description for it. But this is everything that I need for the four-wheeler here. And I also got new spark plug, fuel filter, air filter. So we're gonna go ahead and change everything on this. Let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, gloves, paper funnel, three quarts of oil, and my oil filter. Here's the oil filter, and Yamaha Genuine. That's pretty neat. Whole kit. There we go. So we'll go ahead and put a little oil on here and get this one on. So we'll take some of that oil there. And just rub it around the lip here. And we can go ahead and start screwing this one on. Alright, so we got our new filter back on. Let's go ahead and put the bolt back in up here. Tighten that up. We got our new oil filter on. We got our drain plug back in. Let's go ahead and start filling it here. Alright, this is the tear here. Open this up. Look at that. Our own little funnel there. So let's go ahead and put one of these in. Alright, so that's all of them. Let's go ahead and check our dipstick here and see where we're at. Alright, and we are full. So let's fire it up, let it run through, and then we'll check the oil again. Nice clean oil. Yep, we're perfect. Looks good. Let's fire it back up and then we'll check underneath and make sure that the filter and the drain plug aren't leaking. Just dirt. Oil change is done. New filter, new oil. Let's go ahead and raise this back up and get those grease fittings underneath while we got the bottom off, and then we can assemble the bottom again. Yeah, that one's gonna be next. Yep. All right, so we got that all cleaned out from underneath, and now we can go ahead and get that skid plate, and we'll go ahead, head back inside. But first we gotta grease all the Zerk fittings underneath, and then we'll put the skid plate back on.
Hey Dad, what is going on? Welcome to my channel. So yeah, I have been trying a motor truck. So yeah, and I did to them every single day, and I play with them with my brother and sister. Yep, and they play with me.
All right, we do have to drill that one hole out because that's where the screw broke. But also, these right here, this is something that's often overlooked. You can pull these off. All right, and we can clean these out. You can see all the junk that's been just accumulating in there. Let's go ahead and clean that out. You actually see that it's caked inside with a lot of mud, so we'll take a screwdriver and get that mud out of there. All right, we got that all cleaned out, and now's a good time just to check all your tubing. Make sure they're not clogged up. Dirt and mud, all that good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and grease up the Zerk fittings on this. And you want to do it so you start to see the grease come out like that. Now we'll do the top one here. Yep. And you can see it coming right out the sides there. And that's what you want to see. All greased up. And I don't see any other grease fittings. A lot of the grease fittings on these, or a lot of the like ball joints and stuff like that, they're non-greasable. So you just gotta look, and wherever you see grease fittings, go ahead and slap some grease in there. All right, let's go ahead and drill out that screw, and then we'll go ahead and get the skid plate back on here. All right, so I drilled that bolt out, and I had to find replacements, and unfortunately the dealership wasn't open, but they're more expensive anyways. So I got some M6 by 18 washers and M6 by 1.0 screws here, and we're gonna have to tap out where we drilled, and this is an M6 by 1, so let's go ahead and get that rethreaded. So we got our skid plate on there. Let's go ahead and get that new drilled out area in. We got our washer and our screw. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna never seize these. This will hopefully prevent them from snapping off in there next time. All right, so that one's in. Let's go ahead and start putting the rest of them in, and we'll check the other ones, make sure they're not stripped out. If so, we have the bolts and washers to replace them. So let's get the rest of those in. All right, so that's all cleaned out. Everything's looking good. We're all greased up. Now we can go ahead and do the air filter here. Pop these off. Do 4 of them. This should lift up. Nice. Oh yeah. So that could be why it's not running too smooth. Got a little bit of everything in there. Mouse nest. So this piece doesn't connect to anything up in here. So that's how the mice are getting in and bringing food and all types of stuff. So let's go ahead and get this out of there. All right.
Oh, that looks fun.
Look at that.
Inside the house, like, oh, it's nice.
right, much better. All right, so we'll go ahead and take this off. See all the junk on here.
So clean on the outside. Just flip it over and reuse it.
All right, let's go ahead and spray this off with some carb cleaner. All right, so we got that pretty clean, best we can. You can see where the mouse pee and stuff started to rust up that. But here's our new filter. This is gonna go over here. And you just gotta tuck it into the bottom there. And then same thing on the top. Fold this over, push it in. There we go. Brand new air filter. Now that that's all cleaned out, we can go ahead and put this back in here now. And it sits in there just like that. Now we can take this and we'll put that back on. All right, got the air filter in there. That's all set. Did come with a new fuel filter for the carburetor area and then a new spark plug. All right, so there's our spark plug up there. So let's go ahead and disconnect that and put the new one in. There we go. And now we can get to our spark plug. All right. There's the old spark plug. Actually looks pretty decent. Just old. Time for a replacement. There's our new one. Alright, got the new one in there. Let's go ahead and tighten it up. Alright. Put our plug wire back on. Don't forget with the spark plugs that come with this kit, you gotta take that tip off or it's not gonna fit. It's gotta look like that. And these screw on here. So that's what it was like, and you gotta make sure you take that off. Alright, so the last thing we have left is to throw on the fuel filter. That way, when the kids are putting gas in here, they're not putting junk down in it, dropping stuff, and it won't get stuck in your carburetor. Alright, let's go ahead. Fuel is on. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And now we can disconnect our fuel line here. There we go. Alright, so this fuel filter that came with it, it's a little bit small for the size hose I got there, so I had some extra ones of this size. So let's go ahead and put this one on. There we go. That's a much better fit. Alright, so that's on there. Then we got our other piece of hose. Alright, got them putting some gas in. Alright, we are all set here. got the new fuel filter in, so now we don't have to worry about stuff falling down and having to clean that carburetor out all the time. Got it all greased up. Oil change, new filter, no leaks. Cleaned out our drains. Got the new battery in here. Got a new tail light on. All cleaned up, ready to go. Next thing, we're gonna be replacing front bumper on this because someone crashed into something.
Yeah, because there's like zero visibility.
Hey! And we're gonna do oil change, filter, same thing we just did on the blue one, on that green one over there. All right, guys, go have fun. Alright, so once again, I'll leave a link in the description for all the stuff that I got for these. Turned out really good, other than that little fuel filter where my fuel lines were a little bit bigger. But luckily I had a spare fuel filter in there. Everything worked out great and saved a bunch of money, a lot cheaper. So, alright guys, once again, we guys hope you like, enjoy, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. You can't say goodbye without saying goodbye to me. Alright, Olaf. We'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye, Obo. Bye, guys.